Hello and welcome to my walkthrough of Dark Souls 3. This old guy gamer here, and what we're going to do is have a little stroll through the world of Lothric. Now, just a few things to let you know while I get my character happening. The first thing you should know is that I don't have a camera pointed at me, so you don't know what I look like. And that's, trust me when I tell you, that's a good thing. You're not missing out on much. But you should also know that what I intend to do is kind of stroll through the game, talking about lore, L-O-R-E, talking about different ways of looking at this stuff, different ways of talking about the game. I'm pretty good at it. I played a lot of Dark Souls 2, and you can check out some of my vids on Dark Souls 2 if you're particularly interested in that sort of thing. But I would love to hear your feedback and any ideas and things that you have that I should go and look at or I need to go and do. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about and moan a bit is about the absence of my ability to have what I normally have, which is a purple guy with white circles, because this time you don't get white as in white paint like good Aussie zinc sitting on your face. You get a mixture of the white and whatever the skin colour is underneath, which in my case is purple, so I get a hot pink, which I don't want. So now instead we're going to go for a kind of Celtic woady kind of thing with our dude. So we're going to go for let's see, gender, build detail, physique, no, back, okay. Class, we can go, usually I go for a sort of axe-wielding homicidal maniac. This time I think what I'm going to do is start with an axe-wielding homicidal flame-throwing maniac, but quickly move towards a warrior of some sort. So we're going to start with the pyromancer, and look, the reason I want to start with the pyromancer is mainly that he has, in my case a he, intelligence and faith both at 14, which is really good. The other option, which is really very popular, is knight, and the knight comes with 100% a really good set of armor and 100% physical damage protection shield. Now that's a good thing to have. The mercenary is for your, if you know, really high kind of dexterity, so the mercenary can be using a katana pretty much straight away, and he comes with reasonable luck, very high dexterity, high, and 2 levels of attunement, so you can actually stick a couple of spells in there. So the mercenary is not a bad lookout if you want to grab the katana early on, which is definitely something worth considering, but we're going to be going for more of a strength build. The warrior looks a lot like we used to look like in the old games, so he's wearing the northern helmet. He's got an axe, a battle axe, and he can pick up a nice early battle axe to go with that. Great vigor, really high strength, but unfortunately terrible intelligence and faith, reasonably high luck. So, you know, another option there is to go for the warrior, but then we don't have a sort of projectile version. A herald is a light on kind of, think, you know, almost a cleric, but with really good vitality and strength. So the herald has a spear that he wields there, which is nice. The thief, typical assassin type, desert pants, hood, little shield. This is the backstabby, flip-floppy, jumpy around to your place, you know, in the dark kind of person, and you can see very high luck to pick up stuff and steal things. Very high, you know, reasonably high dex, very low level, so 3 levels lower than everybody else, so you'll grow fast. The assassin is a nice build, comes with an S-stock, which is a great little stabby, thrusty weapon. Very high attunement of 14 and dex of 14, but comes with a great spell called Snoop, which spook, I think it's called spook, which is the kind of, you know, you can fall large distances without a problem spell. Now it's a very useful spell to have, but you can buy it later on. Sorcerer, very high intelligence and very high attunement, comes with 2 spells. However, very physically weak at the start of the game, 7 strength, 7 faith, so if you want to be a sorcerer, you're going to have to put some points into strength straight away just to be able to get around the place. And the cleric, as usual, very high faith, and reasonably high luck, 13 luck, which means the cleric's likely to pick stuff up. Low intelligence, very high attunement though. And if you have a look, the cleric seems to come with... What does the cleric come with? How do I... let's have a look. Oh. Comes with, and you can see that the cleric comes with some faith spells, some miracles already, but we can see that, you know, while helpful, and while it certainly has a very strong kind of build, it does come with, which is particularly useful, force, which is that thing that looks like a sun, where you can push people away if you're good at that, and a miracle spell. But we can pick up a miracle spell very early on, and of course Deprived, level 1. Deprived is not a bad... Actually, it's worth considering starting as a Deprived, because we get 10 across the board for everything, which is kind of nice, but we're at level 1, which means we can add levels really quickly. Let's try a Deprived. Let's try a Deprived and see how we go. I don't know that we're going to get that far, but we'll give it a go. Our Burial Gift is going to be a fire gem, because we want to make a particularly nasty fire thing later on. So the Deprived comes with barely a pair of pants, and you can... Yeah, there are undies under there, so he's wearing the mankini. Wooden shield, not a particularly good one. Looks like just someone, you know, a bit of a table that he's picked up, and a club, just for hitting stuff. 10 luck, which is nice. 10 faith, 10 intelligence, that's nice too. And 10 attunement, all 10s across the board. Level 1, which means that we can actually probably head up in terms of levels relatively quickly. So there he is, our ugly naked little guy. Let's give it a go. I will be fast forwarding through all the talking in this, so any of the speeches, or largely most of the speeches from NPCs and things, because they're better for you to experience without me wrecking them by talking over top of them. Okay, so it's an online game, and part of the joy of this game is invading and being invaded, and this time there are a whole lot of interesting covenants that allow you to sort of do both. We've come to the world of Lothric, and we've come to the Cemetery of Ash, and if we have a little look around here, I'm just going to quickly talk you through the controls on the PS3. I'm on the PS4 now that we're in the future. You can see I have 3 bars. The red bar is my health, the green bar is my stamina, and the blue bar is my, I think it's called FP, sort of focus power. But basically it means if you hold down, if I hold down L2, I do a shield bash, which I just did, and if I double hand my club and hold L2 down, I stomp, and you can see it's used up some of my focus power, but it's made it buff. And it hits harder when it's buff. Now we're going to need to do that later, so we're going to come on in here with my particularly buff, and we'll meet our first enemy. The enemy's here. Alright, we made relatively short work of that guy. Let's see if the same thing happens here. Yeah, okay, we do a small amount of damage. It's nothing amazing. And if you look up, you'll see that we've already exhausted some of our health, and we've already exhausted some of our focus points. We're going to come around behind these guys and zip around to the left. Now, because we are nude, we can jump quite a good distance, and you can see that when we do jump, despite the fact that you can see my mankini in all its fine glory, and our first bonfire. When we do jump, we travel a fair distance, which is good. Okay, and we've picked up rest. And I'll explain what that means in a second. First of all, let's come and have a little look at the view. Where is we? Well, we've got castles on peaks, we've got destroyed castles and destroyed walkways in the middle of a frozen kind of nothingness. So I think what we're looking at here is clearly Northern England, Middle Ages. or Northern Europe Middle Ages. Lots and lots, not England at all, Europe. Lots and lots of white peak mountains, misty mountains, things of that nature. Literally misty mountains to allude to Tolkien. From up here we can see all those sort of cloaked bastards lying around the place ready to tweak and cause trouble and give grief. Oh. Alright, so our club is a good little wacky thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to let us do 5 whacks. Let's try with the big whack. It's going to be a harder whack, but bigger. Okay, so with these guys here, you want to hit the one on the right hard and fast. And then hit the one on the left. Because they wake up pretty quickly and they come straight at you. Oh. Oh. Now, because this doesn't actually have a swing, it literally is just a belting, you know, you've picked up a baseball bat and someone's come into your house in the middle of the night. Oh, and it doesn't block. Our little wooden shield ain't blocking much at all, I gotta tell you. I'm not that impressed with our little wooden shield. Is it doing a lot? No. Okay, let's go back over here. Now, in this game, unlike Dark Souls 2, you can't buy Titanite, you have to pick it up.